Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be doing a continuation of my previous video. We're going to be joining the pieces to make this cute bustier top that you can see here, which I've styled in various ways. Gosh, I'm in love, I'm obsessed. Yeah. Alright, so if this is something you're interested in, keep on watching. If you're a returning subscriber, you've got my heart. I love you guys so much, you don't even know. If you're new here, please hit on the subscribe button. Thank you for joining us. Now let's get started. So here are the pieces. As you can see, I've cut out the main fabric and the lining piece. I've also added my stitching allowances. On the side, I have 1 inch, and also my zipper allowance is 1 inch. Then all round, I have half an inch. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to iron my stay on both the fabric and the lining. I didn't pad this, but if you want to, you're free to. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead to do that. Here it is, I'm done ironing. Now the next thing we're going to do is keep all these pieces aside and work on the front piece first. So here is the side front and this is the center front. So we're going to stitch down both sides on the right side of the center front. Okay, we're gonna have right sides facing each other and we'll stitch all the way down. And I'm also going to repeat the same thing on the lining piece, and then I'll come back to show you guys what next to do. Okay, so here it is, I'm done stitching it, and I wasn't comfortable with how high it was, so I thought to reveal some skin. So I'm just going to go in with about 1 inch and trim off just on the center front. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. If you might not want to do this, all right, but I just wanted to show some skin. Okay, so now that is done, I'm going to go ahead to make notches on the bust parts, just as you can see, and then proceed to iron. Moving on to the back, we're going to do the same thing, joining the pieces together. So we're going to join the center back and the side back. Okay, this is the side back, as you can see, and here is the center back. You can see I made a notch at the zipper allowance to make me know. All right, so after that is done, like once I finish stitching the center back and the side back together on my machine, I'm also going to go ahead to close up the zipper allowance with a very loose stitch, because we're going to lose it afterwards. All right, and I'm going to repeat the same process on the lining piece as well. So here it is, the front and back all stitched and ironed, and they've become one piece. Now we're going to keep this aside, and the next thing we're going to do is attach a regular boning on the neckline of the lining piece for the front. Okay, I'm also going to be attaching it towards the armhole side, just as you can see, and we're going to be leaving a 0.5 inch stitching allowance. Okay, because that's what we're going to use to turn the main fabric and the lining piece together. Okay, so just watch what it is I'm doing. And don't forget the 1 inch side allowance, so we're not going to get towards that area. Okay, so we're able to turn and everything sits perfectly at the end of the day. So that aside, we're also going to be having a boning where I've just pointed. So we're going to make a casing for it because I'm going to be inserting a plastic boning, and that we cannot sew on. So the boning casing is going to be 1 inch wide, and for the length, it's also going to be the length of the top. We're definitely going to be needing 2 of it as earlier seen, so just watch the process. So this is the strip that we're going to be using for the boning case, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to fold it. It's going to be like a bias at the end of the day, so you can use your iron to press it down, okay, and then stitch on the line that joins the center front and the side front, just where I've pointed. Alright, so I'll go ahead to do that and come to show you the aftermath. Here it is. This is red line boning I attached on the lining piece earlier. And for the main fabric, this is what the boning casing looks like. Okay, so make sure to make yours look like this. Alright, now while I was stitching, I felt the top was going to be too boring, so I thought to do a scalloping kind of design at the hem. So that's what I'm just doing now, and I'm going to be going up by 1.5 inch at the hem and use my pattern curve to make the curve you saw at the hem of the top and the beginning of the video. So yeah, just watch the entire process. I'm going to do it on both the main fabric and the lining piece. I didn't think of this while I was drafting the pattern. If not, I would have done it on my pattern paper before cutting out on the fabric, but I just felt the top was going to be too boring, so why not do something different? So yeah, this is it. So here it says I've done the design for all the pieces. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to open the zipper allowance. Remember I said you should do it with a loose stitch because we're going to lose it at the end of the day. And after that, I'm going to attach them side by side, right sides facing each other, and stitch down with the 1 inch side allowance, and I'll do same to the lining piece as well. So this is it. I'm done attaching them side by side, and I also opened the zipper allowance like I said earlier. So now the next thing I'm going to do is cut out the plastic boning that is enough to fit into the casing, okay, lengthwise. And when fixing it in, we're going to leave a 1/2 inch allowance at the top and also at the bottom so that it doesn't disrupt when we're joining the fabric to the lining. Alright, so now that that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is place the lining piece on the main fabric, right sides facing each other, and proceed to stitch the upper part and the lower part. When stitching, do not close down the zipper allowance, because that's where we're going to turn out the top from after closing up the upper part and the lower part. So make sure your stitch line starts from that line that indicates that that is your zipper allowance, and then you just stitch all the way, just the way I'm pointing out for you to see. Alright, and you end on that point, and the same thing goes for the lower part. Alright, and make sure when you're stitching the lower part you follow through the style line, okay, so it comes out well by the time you turn it in. Hope you get my point. So here it is. I'm done with that. As you can see, I also made notches at the top part, which I'm also going to do to the bottom part, and my zipper allowance, I didn't touch it. So you get the idea of what I was saying earlier, right? Now I'm going to go ahead to notch the down part so it's more relaxed by the time we turn it in. So this is it. Now what is left is to press this down with my iron and attach the zipper. For the zip, I have a video on the channel already that shows how to attach your zip and enclose it with the lining. Okay, so I'll leave the link in the description box for you to check it out. So here it is. You can see I've attached the zipper and I've ironed it. You can see the zipper, there is no zipper allowance showing. Everything is enclosed, looking neat and all sorts. This is really cute, I must say. So if you've enjoyed the process of this video so far, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share it to your friends. Leave me a comment in the comment section where you have questions. Please do not forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.